That's actually one of the things that I want, as a side topic I want to get into, which was how North, the actual org, operated. Like, you notice when I asked the question earlier about config and Magisk, I tried to make it clear that it wasn't just like a normal cut, like, wow, this guy isn't good enough and we have a guy here we want to get. It was more like they had a vision of how the team should behave and what professionalism means, and you can't just slack, basically, is part of the logic, right? In this scenario, I want to ask you about this because, again, they're not kicking. Here's the problem. If you're a fan, they think you can just go to the Wikipedia and go, oh, that's why they kicked MSL, because look at the Major, he did terribly and he didn't get far enough, so obviously they were disappointed. But actually, this is what I want to ask about, is because if you look at the way the org was operating, and obviously this is the point in time when you had Ave as your coach, and obviously his ex-teammate Wimp was like the director of esports or whatever, and the guy who really was in charge of the whole vision of the project and some of these things. He was one of the guys, if people don't know, who wanted people like working out and all these other, like at the time, innovative ideas, trying to do things from sports to elevate the game. But what I want to ask is this: do you actually get a sense, do you know the real reason why they kicked you? Because personally, I would actually say normally it'd be the other way around. Even if you failed an event like this Major, if you've just won a massive event like DreamHack, normally the joke would be like that buys you like 6 months more right there, because they're going to get, like I was saying before, they would want to see what happens at the next events before they kick someone, because you just had the success. So did this imply that it was other reasons as to why MSL was kicked? Like, had they just lost faith in it? I think someone intimated in an interview, part of the problem with the Major, I mean, I'm sure if they weren't there, they might not have understood all the tech problems, but wasn't it intimated they didn't like that you sort of went a bit public with it or something, or you sort of like complained publicly about the issues at the Major? Was any of this contribute? Why, essentially, do you know the reason you were kicked?
Yeah, they told me the reason was that I did a tweet about the Major when we lost, where I said
it was a bit salty, if people remember. Yeah, it wasn't like, listen, it wasn't outrageous. You didn't say anything horrible, but you were just a bit salty, right?
It was not smart, and obviously, I have made a lot of mistakes as well, and I think they told me that I was cut due to this, and when Velle is a good friend of mine, and he also told me that the direction just came into the office and said we kicked the MSL, blah 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 blah. So from what I know, there was no player involvement in it, but you can never know. I think for me, I have always thought if I had a guy in an organization for 2 years who is working day and night to make it work, if you kick him because of one tweet, I don't have much respect for you. For me, it was, I think it's a lousy.
Want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.